As I say to my students, good afternoon, beautiful people. I hope you're all doing well today. I guess I'm on the later end of the youth aspect of the panel. I am a fully grown adult, but I'm still very youthful. Around my students, everybody thinks I'm also a 9th grader, so I guess
Enjoy that.
So as you see, mine is titled Staying Sane as a Student Activist, and mine is more so dedicated and directed at the youth. And pretty much maybe something I wish I had when I was younger, because if you heard snapping, if you heard anything like that, it was very much me being very much unapologetically black, because I love everything about being black, about everything of it, very much myself. But being that type of person often puts a spotlight on you, and not always for the best reasons. So some of the hardest parts about being a student activist for me, one of them is being tokenized, especially when I was in college classes. I studied history, and if it wasn't a specific Black history course, I was the only Black person in that class. And I loved when my educators, like Dr. Garian, would uplift my voices, but I hated when they relied on my voice. I had an educator say, "Did you say something controversial?" And I said, "No." And he's like, "Well, can you?" And I'm like, "No, why does it have to be me? Why must it be me, the Black woman that's always speaking out? Why can't you do what you are paid to do?" So being tokenized is very isolating, and being labeled as angry. I am naturally loud, so people think I probably don't even need this microphone as much as I am using it, but being seen as that angry Black woman, that controlling image, if anybody's familiar with Patricia Hill Collins, is very limiting, because regardless of what I am saying, regardless of what I'm trying to say to you, because of my tone, people don't want to hear it. But I'm not going to apologize for being angry about the microaggressions that are thrown at me, for people trying to touch my hair in the year of our Lord 2023. So if I'm angry, I am welcome to that anger. But once you get that anger label as a Black woman, it is so hard to get rid of it. And then also feeling isolated. That was one of the hardest parts for me. I did transfer to Salem State, and I started at North Shore Community College. And I graduated high school in 2013, so it's like 2013, 2014, when I was saying Black Lives Matter. A few people were saying Black Lives Matter, but it was nowhere near as popular as what it is now. So being seen as always making things about race, and it's not just about Black people, it's not just about this one. It is, but when you're the only person speaking up about it, you start to think, am I making too much of it? Am I doing too much? Am I being too much? And it was really hard, and I would feel my anxiety and my depression, because I really did not have a community of like-minded people, especially at North Shore. So I really didn't know what to do. But then coming to Salem State was such a pivotal moment for me, because I saw Black activist group. I saw them at the front. I saw them being supported by staff, being supported by other people there. So finding like-minded people is something I recommend so highly. The fact that you guys have each other, you have your SGA, but people around you, that is so important. When I was here, it was about 2017, 2018, when there was this horrible racist graffiti that was sprayed over the baseball field, and this was when I was a part of this group, BBP, Black, Brown, and Proud, an amazing group. If you don't know, ask about them. And being partnered with this group, with these beautiful Black and Brown people, the school had their own demonstration that we felt could have been done better, so we demonstrated at that demonstration, and this is a picture from that. If you are on that side, that's where I was. I just wasn't in this picture, but I was there. And to be surrounded by pretty much the entire school, and us feeling supported for being young Black students. They're listening to our voices, and we invited them to our own forum. And when I say I thought 25 people would go, I thought 25 people would go. And we packed out the 500-person stadium. And it was so amazing that they were there for us. They were there to hear us. Dr. Nate was there, I believe. Yes, I was there. Yes, I know they were listening. Another example, that's me right there. I love showing this to my students when I'm in school, and I'm definitely going to be bringing y'all up to say that, like, I was 20 here, but I was still young, I was still in school, and we made an impact, we made a difference. People listened to us, they wanted to hear from us, and it just felt so amazing to feel that I'm not alone. Walking out into that, we were in front of the library, and it was so nerve-wracking. I was at the very front, so I had no idea what was going on behind me. I thought they were gonna yell, I thought they were gonna boo, and then to turn around and to see people joining us, people standing with us, people hoping with us, it was such an amazing feeling to go from feeling like maybe I do too much, maybe I'm too loud, maybe I'm too much, for them to be like, you are not too much, you are exactly the right amount. You guys are amazing, you are making a difference, and I want you to know that, I want you to feel that. When you have those times when, especially when you get to college, because you're going to be around people that have never been around people like you, and they're going to act like it, and they're going to say things like it, but you are making that difference. And I used to always feel so bad that I was just the only one speaking out. But every single time, after every class, whether it's the end of the semester, the end of the year, after feeling like I was that loud black girl, someone always came up to me and was like, I am so glad you said that, because I couldn't say it myself. And that really started me on my journey, especially as an educator and an advocate, to be like, I will be that voice. Y'all can hear me no matter what, so I'm gonna make sure you hear what I'm talking about. And it's so great going from a student activist to a teacher, because I'm watching these kids grow up to be the people that I want to continue being. Like this is my student Erin. This is from my school, Tech Austin in Dorchester. Anybody want to support? We take all forms of support. Please come on and visit. But we were having a discussion actually on allyship, and he was saying such beautiful things. And there was some kid snickering in the background. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And he was like, I'm okay. I just don't want to say the rest of what I want to say. And so I talked to him after class, and he was like, I just felt like they were making fun of me, and they were just saying things. And I was like, they were, and I'm sure they were, but it doesn't matter, because you were speaking up for the people that can't speak themselves. I know there are students in my classroom that are like, thank God Erin's saying it, because I couldn't be the one to say it. I remember being Erin, and now I get to teach Erin and bring Erin up, pass that baton to him, because we connect on such a way, like just in blackness. We had this outside event, EBE was playing, I went like this, he went like this. It was very much like we're just connecting on this level of being young black people. And I think just watching, I'm so impressed by all of y'all, and I hope you know how amazing you are. If they're not saying it, just remember me saying it over and over again. So how I currently continue my activism at Tech Boston. So last year I led the 9th grade Gender and Sexuality Alliance. I'm a part of the Culture and Community Committee, Black History Committee, the Pride Month Committee, and still being that voice for students. Because if you don't have to worry if anything's homophobic, racist, transphobic, I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to correct you, regardless of my tone, because if you are making a marginalized person feel uncomfortable, you should feel that uncomfort as well. And another thing I'm a part of that is brand new, the Boston Public Schools Racial Equity and the Racial Equity Planning Committee, which is something that I actually got experience from here. When I was with BBP, I got to work on the curriculum at Salem State to make it more inclusive and to make it more diverse, and that's what I'm going to be doing now. We are dismantling structural barriers and providing greater access and opportunities to create a district that prioritizes its capacity to give each child equitable access to opportunity and achievement. Thank you.